The Tigers went up to Villanova last week and came home with a victory. The Tiger Football Report starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Wildcats ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl and chocolate-covered pretzel. How could you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packages of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome, fans, to another edition of the Tiger Football Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with the head football coach for the Tigers, Rob Ambrose. And Coach, a week ago Saturday, your team traveled up to Villanova to take on the Wildcats. They were the number 10 team in the country. And with 9 minutes and 59 seconds left in the first quarter, they looked like the number 1 team in the country as they went boom, boom, boom down the field, 14-0. I know there's still 55 minutes of football left and you've got all day to try to come back, but that's not the way you drew it up.
No, it's not. But a game takes 60 minutes. And let's be honest, Villanova's offense has and still is one of the best in the country. They got tons of talent. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the country, period. That's real. And that, I feel like I say that every year because once one graduates, the other one comes in and does the exact same thing. So is that how we wanted to start? No. But how we started versus how we finished is very telling about the personality of this team.
What was the mood like on the sideline? Was there a sense of panic? Because there probably have been teams that you've had that would panic.
Some, but not as many as you think. And it reminded me a lot. You're good at this. You picked the year. I remember the year we went to New Hampshire, and on the first play from scrimmage, they went 80 yards for a touchdown.
And you ended up winning 65 to 30 something.
Guy's running down the sidelines. I kid you not. He's running down the sidelines, and he's going to score. And I turn around, start walking the other way, and I start laughing. Like, whatever. That's one. We got to give him that. And it's not me being arrogant. Look, good for them. They're good football coaches with good players. They scout us too. They found some weaknesses in our game and exploited it. That's what good coaches do. And good teams respond.
The 14-0 didn't hold up, though, obviously, as the Tigers win 45 to 35, and a couple of plays in that game that were impressive. First of all, Tom Flacco, he has got that it factor that you see in some quarterbacks where, for some reason, he knows exactly when pressure is about to come, and he's got great escapability. And that's something you can't teach.
He's got good pocket presence. And honestly, we've had some great guys back there. Great guys who play. Peter Athens is probably one of the best I've ever seen in my entire coaching career, and I attributed that to lacrosse. That he spent his whole life with his eyes downfield with people coming at him, and he just did not see the rush. Tom has that too, with an understanding, almost a photographic memory of when I turn and spin, I know where they were, and I know where they're supposed to be going, and has a really good idea of where he needs to put the ball.
But Tom Flacco, not a one-man show. It's continuing every week. Your wide receivers, you don't have that stud Des Bryant type of guy. You've got a lot of really, really good guys. So far, led by Shane Leatherberry, who's off to a fantastic start.
He really is. He's got good confidence in his game, and I think the players have confidence in him. And he's right now, he's the front runner of that group, but it's a group of guys that you go, who caught that ball? Who caught that ball? And you're not surprised about anybody. I think Sam might actually have more catches than Shane, but Shane's got more yards. And we probably have more explosive plays in the past game for touchdowns in 3 games than we had in the last 3 years put together. And it has to do with both the skill and the experience of the players, but also how they're getting coached. That we're doing drills where we practice throwing you the ball and other guys are finding guys to block. And you'll notice we're making blocks downfield that are springing bigger gains.
Complete team effort. You had one of the greatest hits on a kickoff return we've ever seen. Explain that one.
Well, this will make it personal for some people out here. That the kickoff team, and we had harped and talked a lot about how important special teams are, on the plus and the minus. That 2 big screw-ups against Wake Forest turned the tide of a game, and that guys not doing their job completely, not doing it technically right, not finishing, and that we were committed to being better after the Wake game. There's a young man, the last name of Ehrlich, whose son went to Gilman, and then he went to Villanova, and he was the guy blocking Yeedy Fenrat on that play. And Yeedy got the best of him, and then he got the best of the returner in a very large, loud, and meaningful way.
And Yeedy makes the big hit. Ball comes loose. Troy Vincent Jr. runs it in for a touchdown, and the Tigers take a lead that you never gave up. But it was, like I said, a total team effort because you also had the defense come up with a big turnover. Keon Pay with an interception deep, and Villanova was driving. That was big. So all facets of the team came up in this victory.
One of the things as a coach, that was a big play, stop points, and their offense just keeps going. You just hope to stop a little bit. The 4th down at the end of the game, they ran read zone, and the quarterback pulled the ball, and Ricky Berry made a great play. In truth, he did not necessarily do schematically what we wanted him to do, but he did it within the realm of what he should have done, knowing the opponent. He had studied film breakdown so hard that he knew every short yardage. When they went read zone, quarterback was pulling it every time. So he didn't play the dive. He played the quarterback. Tackle for -3, game's over. And having a player bring that to the table not only makes us better on the field, but it makes us better off the field. Now more guys want to do that. And we can coach it and talk about it all we want, but now that there's a positive example of it, guys are greedy for it.
No better way to start CAA play than a victory against one of the favorites to win the conference as the Tigers beat Villanova 45-35. Towson will step out of conference this week. Tune in later this week on the Tiger Football Report when Coach Ambrose and I discuss the Tigers' home opener against the Citadel this Saturday. For head coach Rob Ambrose, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Tiger Football Report, and as always, go Tigers.